Welcome everybody to MindFuel Moments. Thank you for joining us again this week. Today I am incredibly excited to be joined by two individuals from Volvo Group who we've been working with for a number of years, and they're going to introduce you to what they're doing from a remanufacturing perspective. So without further ado, I'm delighted to introduce you to Andreas Gustafsson, who is Vice President of Remanufacturing, and Ann-Sofie Wulfsberg, who is Director of Business Technology Development in Remanufacturing. And I'm impressed I've got that. That's the shorter job title, isn't it, as well? That was the shorter job title. So thank you both for joining me today. We have quite literally just finished recording a much longer video where we talk a little bit more in depth about what you guys are doing. But we wanted to record this to hopefully get some people to go and watch that video and hear a bit more about the exciting stuff that you're working on. So Andreas, can I ask you if you can just give us a very brief overview of what it is that Volvo Group are doing when it comes to remanufacturing?
Yes, sure, Helen. We have an industrial network that consists today of 6, soon to be 7 sites around the world, where we collect parts and components that are scrap, if you like. We say that our business is based on scrap and rust. So we collect those parts and components. We remanufacture them back to a state where we can actually offer them back to the market, promising the same performance and giving the same warranty as if it was a new part and component. But we do that with, significantly less energy and resource utilization. The CO2 footprint is significantly less on those parts and components, which is something that makes you feel good about going to work for Volvo Group every day.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think obviously we've been talking quite a bit, and it's something obviously we're passionate about, and certainly I'm very passionate about and excited to hear what you're doing. And I think one of the key things that came out of the video earlier on, which is why I want to encourage people to go and watch it, is when we talk about what you're doing, this is not something you started last year or the year before or even the decade before. Can I just ask you to explain when you started doing this?
Yeah, I mean, we started, the legacy of the Volvo Group goes back to, almost 100 years in history since we started producing vehicles. And then I guess, the idea of Reman was born fairly soon after that as well, since it's based on economically sustainable type of business model. But we usually say that our industrial structure for doing remanufacturing goes back at least to the 50s. And so, yeah, there's, we have a couple of years behind us in this business.
Just a couple. And you mentioned obviously that, sustainable economics, and then that was a reason really behind making that decision. So Ann-Sofie, if I can ask you, obviously that's one of the benefits, but what are some of the other benefits that you guys have seen from undertaking this remanufacturing process?
Usually we say it's a win-win-win. It's a win for the environment, a win for the customer and for the business. And for the environment, as Andreas was into, we see the CO2 footprint is less, the material reuse up to 85%, and you have the energy, less energy use, so that is up to 80%. So for the environmental benefits, there are several. Then for the customer, it is about uptime. It's quicker to change a part and to do a major repair. The quality, of course, for the customer, they know they get a quality part. Then also we have the benefits of out of production parts, as we call it. Products that grows older often can be quite tricky to get new parts for the repairs. But then with the remanufacturing, we have a solution where we really reuse the original parts than once made. And that can often be one of the only solutions for older products. And not least now with the supply chain crisis due to COVID, it has been seen and proven to be a very good solution. And as Andreas was into the business, obviously, very good business. We have grown annually 10%.
Fantastic. Right, well, I'm not going to ask you any more because I want people to go and watch the longer video. So we will include a link up here if it's LinkedIn, down here if it's YouTube. So please go and watch that video. And thank you on behalf of myself, on behalf of Ann-Sofie, on behalf of Andreas. Thank you very, very much for watching this, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.